Fernandez is the king of HS Game Time, and the show starts now!
The North Huskies tried to put the squeeze on Citrus Hill, who's the number 5 team in the latest HS Game Time rankings. Welcome to the Thursday Football Final. I'm Pep Fernandez. The Thursday Football Final is brought to you by Hemet Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Check out their first-year anniversary sale. Your hometown dealer, Hemet Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Now to the highlights, and Citrus Hill would strike early and often. P.J. Walker goes in for the touchdown, and then later the Hawks back on offense. The quarterback, Trevor Hodge, moving the chains with the big run. The deuce is loose. But later, a fumble at the goal line there, and North. Then their defense coming up big to keep Citrus Hill out of the end zone. But that wouldn't last long, because on the next Citrus Hill drive, Walker running all the way to the doorstep. But later on that drive, knock, knock, I'm home. Walker goes in for the touchdown, and Citrus Hill goes up 14-0. The Huskies trying to get something going on offense. They give the ball to Denzel Foster. The nice run here, and North moving the chains, but they would come up empty on that drive. Back the other way, the Hawks on offense. Hodge, another long run by the quarterback. Citrus Hill marching down the field, and it ends with this. Walker, the touchdown plunge. That makes it 21-zip Citrus Hill. This time, the Hawks back in business on offense, and business is good when you go to the air. Hodge to K.J. Young, his favorite target for the first down. And then that would lead to this, another Walker touchdown. Citrus Hill led 28-zip at halftime, and they go on to beat North by a final score of 38-7. Next up for Citrus Hill, their neighbor just down the road, King. The action continues at Rubidoux High School, where Patriot hosted King. The Warriors would find themselves in an early hole against the visiting Wolves, picking up in the first quarter. First drive of the game for King, quarterback Brett Hollingsworth to Kendall Moore on the touchdown strike. And then later, I need more. Hollingsworth to Moore, down the sideline for a big gain as King moves down into the red zone. Hollingsworth to Moore, another touchdown connection here, and that makes it 14-zip King on top. Moore had himself a huge game from offense to defense. He comes up with the interception here. He had a big return on this play, but it would come back because of a penalty. But no worries, the Wolves go on offense and they would punch it in. They give the ball to Dylan Holsey, and he squirts in for the touchdown, making it 21-zip. But you can never count out Patriots. Second quarter, their gritty, gutty quarterback, J.D. Hernandez, in on the keeper. That makes it 24-7. And then later, Hernandez, from 80 yards out, takes this one all the way to the house. Touchdown Warriors. That made it 24-14. King would not let Patriot back into this one. Moore, this time on the ground, runs in another touchdown as King goes on to the victory by a final score of 31-22.
There, we came out and did some really good things, made some adjustments. We were able to strike the ball down the field. Our run game was effective. And then as things progressed, it was like we kind of took our foot off the gas pedal a little bit, and we had some difficulties.
We had a lot of good things in the beginning. We really need to, start and finish the same way we start. So there's a lot of things to work on. But it was a good night for us.
Well, I'll tell you what, Pep, our thing was we spot them 21 points, start the first quarter off. We were down 21-0, and from that point on, we outscored them 22-10 the remaining 3 quarters. So the kids battled back, and our big thing for the kids is to get ready for league, to play every opponent the best you can and to finish.
We'll have more from Patriot and King on the Saturday Scouting Report, as well as the Monday morning pep rally. We'll be right back here in the football studio for HS Game Time Live on Friday night beginning at 10:30. And for complete coverage from Week 3 of the high school football season, check out the Saturday Scouting Report. I'm Pep Fernandez with HS Game Time's Thursday Football Final.